back to the channel. Today is a great day. Last night we kicked off week 1 of the NFL season with the Bills and Rams, and if you watched my live stream, I gave you 2 picks, both of which cashed fairly easily. So, in addition to being up 6 units on game 1 of the NFL season, I also put together a lineup for the second half of the Bills-Rams in-game showdown DraftKings slate. So I put together a lineup live there. If you followed along with that lineup, you would have cashed that as well. And that put me up a little over $300 for game 1 on DraftKings. Now, so we've got plus 6 units on the sportsbook, up $300 on DraftKings. That was just game 1 of the NFL season. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon for notifications so you know when I'm going live every single time. You can follow along with my picks in the moment. Costs you absolutely nothing. You don't need to go pay some Joe Schmo, I don't know, $100 or whatever they're charging for their lock of the week or whatever bullshit they've got for you. Just follow along while we're betting live. Last year, we hit over 70% of our in-game plays on college football and NFL, and I fully expect to be able to do the same thing, if not better, this year. So, with that said, let's turn our attention to tonight's game that I'm very interested in, UCF and Louisville. Now, there's something that jumped out at me here, and that, of course, is the number. Louisville's getting 6 points right now, and I can tell you that has everything to do with the way these two teams looked last week. Louisville went to Syracuse, and they looked like a dumpster fire. No one can argue that. Malik Cunningham did not look like himself at all. The defense was atrocious, not that we expected a whole lot, and then the offense just couldn't do anything. Now, with that said, that is not who Louisville is. Now, these two teams met last year. Louisville won that game by a touchdown. There's not a whole lot different with the Louisville side of things, other than they looked really bad in week 1. And then for UCF, they've got a transfer. John Plumlee came in from Ole Miss. He is now the starting quarterback. And this kid is athletic. He is fast, but he relies a little bit too much on his feet. And I think that could get him in a little bit of trouble today. I think if Louisville is able to just contain him a little bit and force him to really throw the ball, I don't think he's as comfortable doing that. And I think after watching the tape from week 1, they're going to recognize that and be able to make that adjustment. I think that he's going to have a hard time slinging the ball with Malik Cunningham in this game. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that Malik Cunningham is a lot better than what he showed last week, and Louisville as a whole is a lot better than how they played last week as well. So 6 points is just an exaggerated line for the public, because the public perception right now is that Louisville's a dumpster fire. UCF looked good. I think they played South Carolina State or some FCS team. So, it wasn't exactly a challenge. They looked good doing that. But again, this is another level now. You're coming in, playing the big boys. And again, with this game basically having happened already a year ago with the same lineups almost, and Louisville winning that game by a touchdown, I really don't see why they're getting almost a touchdown right now, other than people are overreacting to last week's games. So, with that said, I'm not just going to go ahead and bet anything pre-game before it kicks off. I'm circling the plus 6 for Louisville, and that's the value that I'm seeing right now. And what I'm hoping is that maybe UCF gets the ball first, maybe they score an early touchdown, and that line grows from plus 6 to, say, plus 9 for Louisville. I'll be jumping all over that. But honestly, what I think is going to happen is that I think the script is going to change pretty quickly. I think Louisville is going to come out and try to make a statement. They're going to be pissed off about the way they played last week. It would not surprise me at all if they went up a score or 2 scores, and let's say it becomes a pick-em, or they go down, I don't know, maybe Louisville's going to have points. I have no problem. As a matter of fact, that's when I want to be taking bets. I want to take bets after my hunch is happening, right? Whatever I thought was going to happen, I want to see it develop on the field. I'm not just here to predict and guess and bet on things and lose control over that bet, as the game's progressing. I'm going to wait until I find a really good spot that I'm comfortable and confident in this game. And most of the time, that doesn't happen until the second half. It could be midway through the third quarter. It could be midway through the fourth quarter. Until I'm really confident in the number and how they're playing, that's when I'm going to jump on it. Now, I will say, I will likely be getting it at a worse number or at worse odds, right? I'm not going to get Louisville plus 6 in the fourth quarter if they're up by a touchdown. I get that. I'm not trying to. But if I see them up a touchdown late, maybe I'll take the money line, even if it's minus 400, 500, 600, if I'm confident in the way that game is going. The other thing I'm going to focus in on is the over-under. So I believe it's set right around 62 points right now. I could easily see this one flying over. But what I like the most is the team total on Louisville right now is at 27.5 points. So again, if I expect them to be able to win this game outright, I think they should be on the higher side of that 62 points, not UCF. So if I was a betting man before the game's kicked off, if you're interested in just putting some money on the game and you don't want to follow along, I would say over 27.5 points for Louisville is a strong bet, or that plus 6 points. But again, I strongly encourage you to follow the game along, pick your spots like I do, and jump in when you're very confident. If you don't know the first thing about live betting, I don't think I'm going to be going live tonight. However, you can follow me on Twitter at BetThisNotThat. I will typically tweet out my bets right after I put them in. Now, sometimes you can still get the same number as me. Sometimes it's changed a little bit, but at least you can follow along with my bets, understand not only what I'm taking, but when I'm taking it. So you can kind of see the strategy behind when I'm feeling confident, why I'm feeling confident in certain ways, and then be able to jump on it with me at that point in time. So that's all I've got for today. I might come back and do another video for the other game. Actually, I honestly forgot who was playing tonight outside of this game. Let me see here. We've got, 1 second. We got Boise State and New Mexico. There's a good chance I'm going to be betting that game again during the game. I don't have a take for you on it right now. I think the line is pretty... It is what it is. I don't think there's a lot of value either which way there. The over-under's at 43.5. I know that seems like a low number, but New Mexico might only score 10 points. They could score just a touchdown. Actually, if anything, what I'll be looking at is the first half under on New Mexico is something I'd be interested in. But I don't know. Boise's not exactly Boise when they're away from home. So I'm just going to wait and watch this game, see how it goes. I'll be tweeting out any bets that I take. But like I said, I hope you guys have a great one. Actually, let's give away a $50 free bet right now. If you stayed here till the end, I appreciate it. So put your predictions for the final score of the UCF-Louisville game in the comments below. I'm going to pick the person who is closest to that final score based on the spread and the margin of victory. Sorry, based on who wins the game and the margin of victory. So put those predictions below. You'll have a chance to win a $50 free bet. Shout out to Adam from my week 1 video. He almost perfectly nailed the score of the UNC Florida A&M game. So he won himself a $100 free bet. He actually put that on the over of the UNC Appalachian State game last week, and he won that. So I sent him his money. He won about $100. And congratulations to Adam. We've got a couple other winners who I've reached out to from my last video. I'm waiting to hear back from them, but we're trying to give away some free money here, so make sure you watch these videos to the end, and good luck tonight.